Hello, second graders. Today we are doing the deep dive for lesson 11 in module 1. Today you will need your reading notebook. We are going to use the vocabulary section. You will need your book, The Little Yellow Leaf, and you need something to write some notes on, whether it's post-it notes or just a note card. Let's start by echo reading this sentence. That means you will repeat after me. And 1, 2, 3, they let go and soared. Good. Now on this screen, you'll see that we have a word and a meaning. Our word is soar. The meaning is to fly or sail up in the air. Now effort means to try hard. So a bird soaring would appear to fly easily. The author of The Little Yellow Leaf uses many interesting verbs to describe the actions of the wind, the leaves, and other things in nature. Today, we will use both our bodies and dictionary definitions to get a better understanding of what the verbs mean. So be ready to move your bodies today. All right. I don't want to show you the next part yet because it'll give you some answers. So we're going to focus on this, what I circled in orange first. So I want you to take a moment. You'll pause after I read this to you. Take a moment to look through the little yellow leaf and look for verbs that describe how things move and jot them down on your note card or post-it. Some verbs can end in the suffix ed, and that shows an action that has happened in the past. So you're going to look through your book, The Little Yellow Leaf, and look for action words. Just jot them down on post-it notes or on a note card. If you don't have any of those, just a piece of paper is fine. So take a moment, pause the video, look through The Little Yellow Leaf, and write down as many action words as you can find. All right. I found these 6 action words. So I found clung, swirled, sank, gathered, bloomed, and danced. These are all verbs. They are all actions. They're things that we can do or that something does. What do these words mean? As we read through their meanings, imagine how we could move our bodies to clearly show the action of each verb. So as we read the words and read what it means, think what you could do with your body to show that action. So our first word is clung, which means to hold on tightly to. So imagine an action that could show holding on tightly to something. Our next word is swirled, which means moving in a twisting or spiraling pattern. So again, think about how you can move your body to show that. Our third one is sank, to go down below the surface of something. Again, how could you show that action with your body? Then we have gathered, to bring together and take in from scattered places. Again, think of an action that could show that. Then we have bloomed, which means to produce flowers or to come into full beauty or health. This one could be a tricky one to think of an action for. And then we have danced, to move in a quick and lively way. If you need more time, pause the video to think of actions you can do with your body to show each of these words. Now, if you are having a tough time thinking of actions, I have some examples for you from a volunteer. Our first word, clung, means to hold on tightly to. So let's look at an action that could show clung. He's holding on tightly to Zora. So whether it's a dog or even just a pencil, showing that you're holding on tightly to it. could show clung. Next we have swirled, moving in a twisting or spiraling pattern. Let's see if we can find swirled. It's back there somewhere. Okay, here's an action for swirled. Now, after you watch our volunteer Mr. Briggs do these actions, you can try them yourself. Again, here's swirled. Okay, so a twisting or spiraling motion. Again, here's swirled one more time. And you can go ahead and try that action as well. Our next word is sank. How can we show sank? To go down below the surface of something. Okay, we're going to watch Mr. Briggs sink, so sank is the past tense of sink. So he's going to sink behind the couch. You might try sinking behind a desk or a table or a chair. Let's see an action to go with it. Oh, and he's sinking down. He sank. And next we have gathered. Gathered. So again, gathered means to bring together and take in from scattered places. So let's see what Mr. Briggs gathers here. Again, you can try this action after seeing the example. I see lots of things on the table and he's gathering them together. Great. Our next word is bloomed, to produce flowers or to come into full beauty or health. So Mr. Briggs is going to do an action that shows blooming. And again, you can try this action after you watch Mr. Briggs. He's going to bloom like a flower blooming. Great. And our last one is danced. I'm sure you can show dancing. Let's see what Mr. Briggs does. Here's the action, danced. Oh, some cool moves there. All right, again, those were all examples of actions you can do with your body for each of these verbs or an action word. Now you're going to take out your vocabulary notebook or the vocabulary section in your reading notebook. And we're going to choose 2 of our action words to add to our notebooks today. If you want to challenge yourself, you can pause the video on this screen. If you want to add all of the words, that is up to you. But today we're just going to add 2 together. So you can choose 2 or more of the verbs to add to your vocabulary journal. So write the word on the left side and the meaning on the right side of your notebook paper. Again, you can pause the video to complete that task. 2 or more of these words need to be in your vocabulary journal. And we're coming in for a landing. How did using our bodies help us better understand the verbs from the little yellow leaf? Well, by acting out the action, I could picture what was happening in the story more clearly. When I see the word swirled, I'm able to think of that action of spinning around or moving in a spiral pattern. Using our bodies also helps us know the definitions of these exciting verbs to help us understand the story. The verbs give us a sense of how the leaf moved. So knowing what each of these words means, that's the definition. So the meaning is the same as the definition. So knowing those gives us a better understanding of how the leaf moves or how different things move within the story. I hope you had fun coming up with actions for those verbs today. Don't forget to make sure you have at least 2 of our action words written in your vocabulary section of your reading journal. Great job today, and I hope you had fun.